Hey, what's up, guys? This is Derek here from the KRED Yard, episode 15, I believe, with the final piece of the puzzle, the best for last. Jason Hollywood of the Jasons. I had a great time talking with you, man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to sit down and chat with me. And learned a lot about Ween. I didn't know they're from Pennsylvania, so that was cool. And yeah, we talked about the Lillington's tribute album coming out May 30th from May 30th via Buzzkill Records, which is really cool. Talk about the tracks he did for that, and yeah, it was fun. Great times. Enjoy the episode, guys.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure for me to talk about myself. So I'm happy to be here doing that.
Absolutely, you're like you're the final piece. You're the last. I had the whole band then I talked to
Yeah,
on
what's
my
that
channel.
song? Best for last.
Yep, best for last. Like I said,
Vanessa Williams. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, very talented singer.
That's right. Um, I thought I'd start off just ask you some things to get to know you about you more. Like this, do you remember a time when music made like its first impact on you in your life? I always like to ask that,
Oh man.
like where it stuck to
See,
you.
yeah, for me, I grew up around music all the time. My mom plays music. She never really played like professionally or anything like that, but she always played music. My fucking grandma, they had like a fucking gospel singing group. So like when they would make us go to church and shit, like my grandma and my aunts and shit, like they would always sing. So it was just always around from the time, like for as long as I can remember, just being around music and shit. So it's like, for me, it's like a compulsion. Um, I don't know if that makes sense or
Oh
not.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, so there wasn't like one defining moment, just like seeing shit, just like combinations of like growing up around that fucking like bullshit church music stuff, and then like my mom would like play along to albums and shit, and then like just being exposed to other like good music outside of that. It just all came together. We had a piano in the house, we had a guitar, so like I took piano lessons and shit when I was a kid for a little while, like anytime my grandma would visit, uh you know playing piano, playing guitar, everything. I just fucking love it all.
That's awesome. So it was just naturally it was around all the time. So
Yeah,
there's no way to
basically.
avoid it.
No way to avoid it. It's not like anybody like forced it on me or anything like that, but it was just like everywhere.
That's really
Um,
cool.
we had a piano, like I said, piano in the living room. My mom had a guitar. I played like the fucking trumpet in grade
Oh,
school,
cool.
shit like that. So it was just like it wasn't like forced, but it was like, yo, you wanna fuck with this thing, then you can. So yeah, that's what I did.
It's awesome. I played trumpet too in elementary
Oh, did you
school.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I still have my. Actually, it's right here.
Oh
My
yeah.
Yeah. So just so you believe me.
I believe. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know why, but in this band, I have this reputation of people thinking that I fucking make up shit or say that I like things that I don't like, and I don't fucking understand. Now, I'm not gonna play it right now for
Sure.
you, but yeah, right there,
Oh,
motherfuckers.
nice. There it is. Right,
That's why I'm not gonna play it now.
right. You ever thought of incorporating that maybe to a ska song into the
I
Jasons?
fucking hate ska. That's not a lie. Like I fucking hate ska. There's So for me, like the test is, has Ween ever done a ska song? And the answer is no. So that means that ska is fucking terrible and should be eradicated from the face of the earth as a form of music, and that just goes to show you how much I like Jason Hell. That when he does that fucking ska shit, that I fucking play along to it.
Right. um, yeah, let's talk about that. Like, for your influences on. Um, so when you started playing guitar and stuff, was Ween a big influence on you, or?
Um, no. Honestly, no. That didn't come until later, and I came to the Ween party later than like a true whatever Ween fan, because I didn't follow the band from the moment they came out. I wasn't old enough to do that necessarily, but uh, like legit like big influence Kiss for me, like that's like part of the Jason mythos or
Oh,
whatever
sure.
that like Kiss, but like no shit, like always fucking liked Kiss. I remember like uh driving around with my grandma, and she had like a fucking Kiss tape in her car. It was like, just hanging out, and it was like this old fucking copy of Dynasty just hanging out in the car. So like, uh, you know, saw Kiss before I ever heard Kiss even. So like, definitely Kiss, big influence on playing. And yes, Dean Ween became an influence later. But I fucking like Prince and James Brown and Slayer and Sepultura, so it's like for me, it's like just a lot of different things like that. But Kiss just fucking pervades everything.
When you said you saw Kiss, did you see him live? You mean before you got into him?
No, no, no. So what I mean when I mean saw, like I mean like saw
Oh,
pictures
okay,
of
my
them.
bad. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I didn't see Kiss until much later. And but I mean, like I've seen Kiss as recently as what was it, like 2019,
mm-hmm.
28? I can't fucking remember. End of the road tour. Saw two shows on that tour.
Yeah, I think it was around
Uh,
the fall or somewhere like near the end of the year ish. I think.
yeah, maybe I saw him before COVID.
Yeah.
That was the last time I saw him, was before COVID, and went on the fucking Kiss cruise even one year. Like,
Oh wow.
yeah, like fucking like definitely a member of the Kiss Army at one point. I think my membership has expired financially, but spiritually and emotionally never will expire. So,
That's cool. What was that like the cruise? Like,
um,
was that the first time you ever been on like a band? I always wanted to try a band cruise, but I didn't know.
yeah, it was my first time on a cruise, and honestly, like I don't give a fuck about cruises really.
Yeah.
Um, I had this. So me and V actually both went on the cruise.
Oh, cool.
And I had this fucking like fantasy built up in my mind that I was gonna be like down in the gym working out, and like Paul Stanley was gonna walk in and be like, "You're fucking awesome," and we was like gonna become friends or something. But really, what happened is like we got our picture taken with Kiss, and uh, I did like pass through Paul Stanley's orbit when he was out walking amongst some of the peasants on the cruise and shit. I think he was like trying to sell jewelry or some shit. But it was fucking cool, man. Like, you know, Kiss, they for whatever, like you definitely paid money to go on the cruise, but they fucking delivered, man.
That's
So
cool.
I don't know if I would go on another cruise or not. But for Kiss, yeah, for sure.
Nice. That's awesome. So what with that show? What was your first concert ever?
My first concert ever. Fuck. Probably some like bullshit religious thing.
Mm,
Like, probably some like bullshit like fucking like faith and worship festival or something like that.
okay.
But uh yeah, I think like, and I couldn't even tell you the name, but like we had to go to shit like that sometimes, like revivals and shit like that. And
Mm.
like my grandparents had a van because, like I said, they was in a singing group, and so like they would like literally like go and play shows, uh,
Wow.
and they would take us with them, and the music was fucking terrible. But I mean, let me rephrase that. That sounded a little fucking mean even for me. my grandparents, they were very talented musicians. It's just they were playing bullshit music.
Right. They had stuff like that around where I live. I remember a bunch of kids went to go see Skillet, and they were super excited when they came back. They were telling me about it.
I know that name. It's a Christian metal band.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Like, we were in the mosh pit for Skillet, man. I was like,
was fucking slaying in the spirit and praising the Lord.
Yeah.
Fucking jacking off for Jesus.
They were getting down. So with you when you were playing guitar and everything, did you were you in any other local bands or anything, or was before you came to the Jasons?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my dogs in the other room are acting up. If you hear that,
no, you're good.
That one of the fucking house servants take care of them. So yeah, I played in a lot of different bands, different kinds of music and shit, and without breaking kayfabe too much, my I'm very musically active outside of the Jasons as well, doing shit like playing guitar, fucking singing, recording music, writing music, all that kind of shit, So yeah, I've just always been playing music. It just happened that the Jasons needed a guitar player, and me and V was already friends. Me and 3D was kind of friends. Like, I didn't know 3D as much, of course. I spent more time with V, but they needed a guitar player, and me and V was going somewhere to play like fucking Warhammer, and and it just like on a whim, I was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it if you want somebody, if you're looking for somebody, that to do it. I think it'd be fun. And because I already liked the band, I'd seen them play and shit and had their records. And like I said, we was friends. So, so it just happened. It was like, okay. And I was like, well, do you want me to like audition or some shit? And he was like, no, I know you can play and we're friends. So let's just fucking do it. So yeah, that's the way it came about. But
no audition. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so stay musically active. Same way with Hell too. I didn't know Hell though, but it was the same way. It was like we kind of like knew of each other and they knew him. So
right.
I stay busy with music outside of the Jasons all the fucking time. So.
That's great. So was the first recording there with the Jasons? Was that the Queer split?
Yeah, man.
Right.
You're
okay.
You're sharp, man. Yeah. That was like the first thing that me and Hell played on, and it was like one of the last things that's come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking. Mm-hmm. I remember. I forget a couple years ago. It was before COVID, obviously. Yeah, it's like 2018, I think, or 17.
I can't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Shit. It's like COVID, just like the fucking last couple years, is just like distorted time.
It seriously has. But I remember the physicals, I think, disappeared pretty quick. I think I was like, oh, I'll never be able to hear this now or something. But now it's finally out on streaming, so that's cool. Thank God. Okay.
Go somewhere too.
Well, that's a good entrance to the band too. Like, you're down recording with Joe Queer. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, we drove down like on a fucking Friday or Thursday or something. Like, we drove down. It was like 9 fucking hours. Fucking just destroyed, out of our minds, no sleep, And then like we get to his place and we crashed for a little bit, or we might have even tried to record a little bit. Yeah, I think we tried to record, and then then we recorded a little bit, and then we fucking like crashed. I remember like sleeping on some like couch or something in the studio, just like fucking dead. And then we woke up, finished recording the next day, and then drove back something. It was crazy, but yeah, that dude was a cool motherfucker. He was real nice to us, real cool to us. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later, but yeah, you guys are gonna go on tour with them too soon this summer. The Queers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm going to the one in June, in Pennsylvania. So I'll see.
Oh, in Pittsburgh?
It's called the Broken Goblet. It's a brewery.
Okay.
Ben Salem, I think it's called. I've been there before.
Oh, yeah, home of Ibanez Guitars in the USA.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. I got one behind me.
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. I remember that. I've never been there, but I've been around the
Hmm.
Salem area, and yeah.
Yeah, I've been to like the Martin Guitar Factory. That's not too far from me. That was cool. And I've always
Oh, you are. You're in Pennsylvania for
yeah,
real.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
yeah. It's like you have to like go across a couple farm fields to get there, but but
How far are you from New Hope?
from New Hope, oh shit,
Yeah.
I guess like 45, 40 minutes maybe.
Oh man, so
Yeah,
that's where like the gods of music were born and raised.
the gods of music.
Yeah, Ween.
Oh, that's where they are.
Yeah, fucking Dean Ween and Gene Ween,
Oh
fucking
shit.
New. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Dean Ween still lives there. So like many times I've thought about like how cool it would be to just like spend a week in New Hope with the hope of like running into Dean Ween, but I
This is
never did.
casually.
Yeah, then I'll be like, "Oh, Dean Ween, I didn't know you still lived here,"
Yeah,
and we
at a
would
record
become
store or something. You're like, oh.
yeah, we would become friends in my imagination.
Maybe I'll have to try for you. Maybe I'll point it out like, hey, you should talk to this guy Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah, do it. Yeah, Dean Ween for a while was running like, so I'll preface this with I don't give a fuck about fishing either. Like I don't give a fuck about it. But Dean Ween was running like a fishing company for a while. Like they called it like Mickey Fishing because his real name's Mickey.
Okay.
And so like you could like rent a fucking boat and like he would take you out on the boat like he was like the fucking skipper or the captain or whatever, and then he had like a first mate that would like take people out on these fucking fishing expeditions.
Wow.
And I thought about doing it, but they stopped. Like he stopped doing it a couple years ago. By the time I found out about it, it was
Oh
dead.
man. Wow, I didn't even heard of that. I didn't even know they
Yeah,
were from. I didn't even know they were. He was from Pennsylvania.
yeah. That's like I mean that's like the fucking like Mecca or Jerusalem or some shit of basically.
Yeah,
So shit.
that's awesome. Very cool. Um. So yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to get off track.
So I get off track all the
No, you're
time. So
good. Not like it matters anyway, but I like this is what it's all about. So yeah, the Queer Split was your first recording then, and then obviously that read into Blood in the Streets, which I've said in the other Jason's interviews. I remember when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, this is good." But I was like a Get Fucked fanboy,
uh
so I was like always attached to that. And then, like not too long ago, I was finally like this is way better. Than I mean, Get Fucked's good, but like this album is great, and I think what you and Hell contributed is like you can really tell the difference, and it's
Yeah, it's real hard being like the greatest musicians in the greatest band.
right.
Uh, and we try to stay humble with that shit, but it's hard when you're this fucking gifted. To to keep yourself in check, kind of thing. But we work at it, so yeah.
So wait, you're no stranger to recording then, obviously, because you've done so much stuff already in and out of Jason. So I was gonna ask about like how it was Blood in the Street. Was it a difficult process to record or?
Um, no, not it. Well, I mean, I'm going to break K-Fed a little bit here, and I'll be a little honest. Like, it wasn't hard in the sense of like, oh, I've never done this before or anything. But what was hard for me was like a lot of the songs was like already written, and it was like, all right, like you're gonna play this song you weren't involved in completely, and then it's like, oh, okay, well here's placements like we need guitar solos here, and so like writing those solos. And so what was hard for me was like, or not hard, but like what I had to like
Yeah, I get you,
think
man.
about was like really like, all right, how am I going to do this? Was like, how am I going to take like this song and like make it my own, but also like not fuck over the spirit of like how the song was started. So like when I write my shit for it, like what am I going to do to bridge that gap? So like that was the thing that I gave like had the most thought to, is like the way that I could like bring me inside of that realm, because I'm probably the one in the band that doesn't really listen to very much punk rock.
Okay.
So it was like, how am I going to bring some of these elements and make it work in that style?
How was that? So it's almost like you're like the El Jefe, if you know who that is. Of like he's from NoFX. He's like musically trained and everything. And
I have no idea who that is. I'm God, I'm not fucking trolling. Everybody always says, "Oh, Hollywood's a fucking troll."
yeah, what's
Uh,
up with that? I have to ask.
I don't know. Uh, I, I but I'm being honest here. I don't think that I've ever heard a NoFX song in my life.
That's
If I have, it's been in that van with those dudes, and I just heard it and like didn't pay any attention to it.
okay. Well, I'll tell you real quick what like El Jefe, because El Jefe also plays the trumpet. And he joined the punk band and never was in a punk band before.
And I do like some punk rock. Like it's not me like being like I don't fucking
Oh
listen to
yeah,
punk.
yeah.
Like it's not my focus. I like a lot of everything. Like I like the fucking salad bar.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, totally.
I want a little bit. I want the buffet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Um, so like, oh, you said in the van. So what's something that when you get control, or if you do you get control with the play usually?
So the way that we do it now, and I don't know if I'm responsible for this. I know I said it before, but basically, like somebody was driving and they was like, "What do you all want to listen to?" And I was like, "Well, I think whoever's driving should pick."
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of the way it is. Most like if somebody's driving, they pick the music, and I don't really like to drive, and so I don't drive the van too much. V and Hell drive it the most, so like they are most of the time the ones playing the music. But when I drive, or when I'm like begging for something to listen to different, um, we usually listen to like the last time I drove, we listened to Ween for like 3 hours.
That's
I
awesome.
played like Lady Gaga, Lord, Kiss, that kind of stuff.
That's great.
I've been real into like Hall and Oates and Huey Lewis and the News lately, so maybe next time I drive, we'll be listening to some of that. Yeah.
Great. So what's something you put on though that they immediately everyone gets like shakes their head or something?
Yoko Ono.
You'll go.
Yeah, they don't appreciate the majesty of Yoko Ono. I don't think so. Like if I play like that album that her and John Lennon did, that Double Fantasy,
Okay, yeah.
nobody wants to fuck with that but me.
I I used to work at a record store and they had that on vinyl, but
Yeah, I've got it.
I didn't cop it. But I put it in the front to see if people would walk in and buy it. But I think one guy did eventually.
Yeah, yeah. So what? You work at a record store?
I used to briefly,
Oh,
very briefly.
yeah, that's cool. Shit, yeah, man. No, like fucking, I like again. This is one of those things where like Hollywood, you fucking troll. And maybe some of that, maybe there is a little bit of truth to that. Um, but I also believe that Yoko Ono was not given a fair shake by the musical community. I think she's one of the best things that happened to John Lennon, actually.
Yeah, well, if you even Paul McCartney even said, she wasn't the reason why we broke up. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, like she got blamed for that for a long time, and
Yeah.
it's a shame because she's got a really beautiful voice.
Sorry, yeah, allergies are bad.
Yeah, yeah. It's allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do. I listen to that shit. That's probably one of the things where they're like the most fucking way.
Right.
And I think like some of like it depends. I feel like now we're at the point where even if they don't really like it, they just laugh and they're like, oh, that's Hollywood, and like they're just like just fucking let him have his like moment of peacefulness there, for a little bit.
Right.
Like I said, I don't drive too much, so most of the time it's like, not my shit that we listen to. So
Okay. Well, you're Hollywood. You shouldn't have to drive. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, very very true. I
Right.
shouldn't have
You gotta rest your
bothered
hands.
mundane fucking shit like driving a fucking vehicle and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real. So like, oh yeah, when I talked to Hell on my interviewed him, he mentioned that you like Lady Gaga. So like, I had to
Yeah.
ask you like, what's your favorite album?
Art pop.
Art pop. Nice. Okay.
Art pop is probably my favorite. and then probably then Born This Way, then The Fame, and like that Chromatica. I've not been able to get into as much.
Yeah, I've only listened to that the single. I mean, it's out, but My Worst Enemy Is Me or whatever. That's the only song
Yeah,
I heard, and I
it's fine. It's just for me like art pop, and it's just that album just hit me. I think because like there's some like there's a couple of electronic producers on there. She did a couple tracks with called Infected Mushroom.
okay.
I really liked some of the sounds that they was getting on a couple of those tracks that she did. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yes, that's actually one of my favorite songs. Like, well, the beginning, the first track is really great, and then the Venus is probably one of my favorite Lady Gaga
yeah,
songs.
yeah. That's a real good,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely.
so good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, I don't care. I used to get made fun of for liking Lady Gaga. I don't care.
It's but yeah, I don't let people fucking project their insecurities onto my fucking blissful fine music and art.
Yeah,
So,
man, that's cool.
uh,
It's nice to see a Lady Gaga fan.
oh yeah, I got to see Lady Gaga play one song once, and I would really like to go and like see a full on show of hers, but it just isn't in the cards right now, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, you saw her play like one song?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm being vague. Sorry.
Oh, you okay. No, that's good. That's fine. Cool. So, you said you meant, and then you mentioned Lord, huh?
I'll tell you after we stop
Okay.
recording the whole by that, but yeah, yeah, and then yeah, I like Lord too. I don't know as much about her other than I'm pretty sure she is from South Park, Colorado, but
She
no,
is.
South, no,
Uh.
no, South,
Oh,
North
so
Carolina.
yeah. Sorry, I got you. Yeah, yeah. I was like, I thought she was Sweden or something. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I like that fucking Blood in the Streets tour that summer. Like we listened because I was driving more then.
hmm
We listened to a lot of Lord. So
Was so like touring with the Jasons though. With the Blood in the Streets tour. Was that like one of the biggest tours you've ever done? Like longest, I should say, driving wise or anything?
it was definitely the longest. Yeah, definitely the longest. Because I mean, we drove. I mean, literally from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
From one side of the country to the other, and that's so like that. You gotta like give major fucking blessings to 3D because he booked all that. Like he put in all the work. Like he and it's hard work. Like I wouldn't fucking want to do that shit. I fucking hate booking shows like for other bands and shit that I play in. Like I fucking hate doing that part of things. So
Yeah.
like yeah, he that whole tour, and we went all the way to San Diego, and so we went as far west as San Diego, and as far east as like fucking Asheville, North Carolina, and then we had a show that was technically before the tour started down in Florida, and we were like around like Pompano Beach. So like we literally like touched both oceans that summer. So
Wow. That was your first time on the West Coast, like playing in a band.
yes, yeah, it was my first time playing on the West
Wow,
Coast, like
cool.
and on the West Coast, I should say.
So you broke in and got part of the whole thing. Now you're doing another tour soon, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, this one ought to be fun. We got like we got a couple bands that we're playing with that people might have heard of. So
Yeah, that starts in June, right? I think.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I.
Yeah, I'm
It's in the
pretty
summer.
sure. Let me see. Hold on, I got it on my calendar here.
Oh, it's
Hold
okay.
on. Let me open up my calendar. So first date, fucking shit.
Pretty sure it's June.
Yeah, June 17th, I think, is our first date.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're June 17th is our first date on the tour.
that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm literally seeing you the day. I'm seeing you on the 18th. So it's the
Oh,
second
yeah,
day.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, you have to like find me. and so we can talk there too.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Oh yeah, I can't wait. It's a good venue. So wait, that date. So it's gonna be fun.
They have food and shit.
Yeah, when I was there in November and I saw people wait like it's like a brewery. I saw people like waiters and waitresses walking with trays of food and stuff to people. There's like an upstairs bar too.
All right,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I judge a venue by their food a lot too. So
What's that?
I judge a venue by their food a
Yeah.
lot. So
Okay. Yeah, it looked pretty good. I didn't have any. I just drank, but but yeah, that's gonna be cool. One thing I wanted to say too. Yeah, you got another show on May 6th in Pittsburgh. I'm just saying I'm just rattling shows off so people
all right,
listening will
you
know.
might know better than you might know better than me.
Yeah, well, you're Hollywood, man. You know you just get It's like, hey, we're playing a show this day. Okay, that's all you need to know, right?
I just like legitimately fucking love to play.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I'm just like, okay, yeah, and then my calendar just reminds me. So
Yeah, and I'm seeing you too on May 13th in Delaware, so I'll be at that one.
oh,
The only Friday the 13th of the year. With
that's at Bar 13, right?
yep.
Okay, yeah, I remember that place, but I don't think they serve food there. So
Oh no, really?
yeah, I
Okay.
don't think so. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. Like maybe not. I don't know.
Well, no, that's good. I'll probably eat before I go then. And the last thing I want to say too about like the shows and all that, I was just rattling them off. But you guys just announced the other day you're gonna be on the Lillingtons tribute album, which is really cool. Of you guys are doing 2 songs, which is I can't wait to hear you guys do the cover of Oh Boy. That's gonna be cool.
That's the only song I knew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah, so like when we did those tracks, so like the way like sometimes the way we do these things, so like for like Blood in the Streets, it was like a mix of I went to the studio with them and then like also like I just took some of the shit here to my place and recorded at my studio and sent it up there, which is like kind of the way that I prefer to do things because like I don't know. It's just it's nice. We're gonna try not to do that next record, but for that Lillingtons thing, like I did all my tracks here, and again, not being a fucking troll, I don't know any Lillington songs. I don't think I'd ever heard any Lillington's stuff. Maybe V had played something at some
Oh,
point because I
probably.
know he likes some. Uh, but so like we did that song, uh, oh boy, and
Murder in My Mind.
that yeah, and then so that one when I did my tracks for that song, I'd never heard the original.
Wow.
Uh, so like I had it and I just played what I wanted to put on there. I think.
That's so cool.
Then I went back after we finished and I did listen to it, but I never heard it, and I was like, evidently I didn't play it exactly like at all like Lillington.
I'm even more excited to hear it now.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's I did my thing.
Hmm.
So, but I did go back after we was done, and I listened to that Lillington song. But
Awesome. Honestly, I think that's the most punk. I think you're the most punk guy ever.
all right, there we go.
Yeah.
It's fucking settled now.
Yeah.
No more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
Because
like it.
I feel like it's punk to say, I don't even listen to punk that much. It's like, that's punk.
And then somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, he's fucking trying to be punk by saying that he's whatever."
No, you've been nothing but honest this whole, so, I mean, there's, it's nothing that if they think you're lying, whatever. Yeah, that comes out May 30th with on CD, streaming and all that, a cassette and 8-track, which is cool. And I think
Yeah,
that's,
fuck, I have a cassette player. I
yeah.
don't even have a CD player in my house.
No shit.
I got a CD player in my car. I guess my computer counts because it has a disk drive.
Yeah. And that comes out May 30th on Buzzkill Records. Cool. It's nice, and I think it's awesome that you recorded your parts and, and didn't listen to it afterward. That's so fucking awesome.
I mean, I like V had his tracks done, like
Right.
so it was like,
You're going off. Yeah.
but I was just like, all right, these are the chords. This is what he's singing. Like, this is what I'm going to fucking play over it, and hopefully they like it.
That's great. Very cool, man. Um, yeah, that's all I really got. Is there anything you would like to add?
um, oh man, you put me on the fucking spot.
Awesome.
So yeah, so buy our shit, buy our records, fucking buy our shirts and shit like that. Fucking come see us play. Um, if you are into baking at all, like
Ah,
like fucking baking bread and shit like that. That's the kind of shit that I like. If you like Ween, come fucking talk to me about Ween for sure. If you like Kiss, same thing. Like that's my shit. So,
yeah, I want to ask you quick too. Sorry about baking. How did that all start for you? Your culinary.
um, it would becoming a fucking culinary wizard.
Yeah.
Uh, a few years ago, this was before COVID, because I know a lot of people got into baking during COVID.
Hmm.
Before COVID, I started watching this fucking show called The Great British Bake Off,
Okay. Yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck, man, I want to eat all this fucking shit, but like, I it's not enough to like eat it. It was like I want to like learn how to fucking make some of it." Um, so I just like I started fucking around. Like I got some books, so like real, like actual, like books that you can have in the kitchen. So I got like some fucking like Bibles of baking to get me started, and just like watching that show and shit. And I just got real fucking into like the science and the art of like how do you fucking make bread and like what makes this kind of bread different, or like cake for me too, like because I love fucking sweet shit. uh like what do I need to do here to make a cake from scratch, like what goes in a buttercream icing, all this shit. And so it's really just like my desire to like fucking eat shit.
Cool.
And like, all right, well, if I can make it, that's like it limits the fucking delay between me like seeing something that I want and having it. So I mean, you could argue, well, you can go to the fucking store and get a cake, but like it's not the same. So
Right.
or
You gotta have that effort and put into it, a heart and soul.
yeah, like I don't like I'm not gonna just like buy a loaf of fucking Wonder Bread off the shelf. Like I don't eat that shit. I used to think that I didn't like bread until I started learning how to bake, and I was like, no, it's not that you don't like bread. It's just that you don't like fucking shitty, stupid like grocery store bread.
Yeah.
So that's definitely like one of the most fucking Hollywood things I could say. I think.
Absolutely.
Just like fucking liking to eat shit, like to make stuff, like to learn how to do shit. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking learn how to do it. So like, I've been real big on pizza for a while now, like trying to get my pizza recipe down. I'm getting real close on there. I like making cakes, fucking pie crust, all that shit. Like it ain't no joke. Like we did that fucking Christmas video a
Yeah.
couple ago with the sugar cookies. Like I really fucking made those sugar cookies, and no, like I like this is like all K-Fed aside, like they're fucking good sugar cookies. Like this is not just me being in Hollywood. Like the sugar cookies are probably like one of the best things that I can make.
Nice.
So I really fucking made those. I was like, because V was like, "Oh, we can just go buy some sugar cookies." I was like, "No, I'm fucking making them." Like, so that's what we did.
Nice. Did they like did they like do the other guys like appreciate your culinary?
So no matter what, I think they appreciate that it makes me so fucking happy, and I get so fucking giddy over it because I don't get real excited about a lot of things.
Yeah.
For real, like I think V genuinely does like them, and Hell in 3D as well. I think they would say, yeah, Hollywood knows how to bake fucking cookies. That's the only thing of mine they've all had. Like I've made bread for V and shit, but like the only thing they've all had of mine has been my sugar cookies, and I think they would all say they're good, but 3D is more of a savory person, so like he's like wants like different like cheeses and stuff like
All
that,
right.
which is
Yeah.
um, and hell, I think he likes them too, but I don't know. Hell's not quite as motivated by food as I am, so.
Right. Very cool. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to ask you about that. Luckily, I'm glad you brought it up.
I fucking love Thai. Fucking baking, Ween, and myself, like Kiss, anything like that. I'll fucking talk about all of it.
um, do you think you ever do like a maybe a not tutorial but just a video or like a live thing of you baking some cookies or something maybe someday?
So I did that once for another thing that I'm involved in. Like I recorded, like I got this. I don't know if it's over here or not, but like I don't know where the fuck it's at. Like I got this camera that I can like wear on my head.
Okay.
It's like first person view, and so like for this other thing that I'm involved in, I did record, like I did like a tutorial on baking some shit, and then I just like I got too fucking lazy to like edit it together
Okay.
thing. So like I don't know, that might be something fun to do, maybe like show, like, but then again, like maybe I don't want to give away my fucking secret
Right.
recipe.
It's true.
So
I didn't
like
think of that.
true. So the sugar cookies especially, because like that and my pizza, like I've like finally like done it enough times to where I can like, there's like tried and true recipes for like pizza. Everything starts with like flour, salt, water, yeast, right? But so it's like the other little things that you add or subtract, or like what proportions you do it in. So like I've gotten to the point where like I can like fucking customize my recipe now. So like maybe I wouldn't go full on like here it's like this many grams of this, and it's like 8 grams of yeast and that, like, but maybe it would be kind of fun to do. I think, I don't know. I just fucking love to do it.
Yeah.
Give me a reason to make a fucking pizza again too. So
Yeah, man. I hope the best of luck in perfecting your pizza recipe.
yeah,
um,
yeah, we're getting there.
yeah, man. And I don't want to hold you too much longer. I want to thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, your pleasure.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. You're the best for last, the Jasons.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
come fucking see us play. And when I see you, like, let's talk about fucking Lady Gaga
Oh yeah,
and pizza shit. Yeah,
absolutely, man. I will.
and maybe
I'll come up to you. I'll see you on the road soon.
yeah, maybe you'll see Dean Ween in New Hope, PA.
Yeah,
And
I'll try to get you an autograph or something, maybe. If I could.
yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
please.
family up there. I'll ask if they seen him.
Yeah, I would fucking love it.
All right, cool, man. This is Jason Hollywood. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
You too.